And I know from my own experience, and I've been writing about this in my book for 4.5 years, The Girl with the Buddha Tattoo, that parents often want what's best for their kids. Yeah. Yes. I know from my own experience, and I've been writing about this in my book for 4.5 years. Oh, 1 second, I'm sorry. Yes, so I've been writing about that, and I know that parents want what's best for their children, so they try to tell their children what to do from their own life experience, all these expectations, so that their children are prevented from making the same mistakes, per se. But the difficult truth is that people will make their own choices, and we cannot influence their choices. We can only hold space for them to discover who they are, to be themselves. So there's the shift when you become conscious and when you awake. And welcome, Nilam. I don't know if you heard, I said welcome to the Dasha Love channel. There's a shift that happens when you become conscious and you start finding love for yourself and start to accept yourself, that resonates on the outside. So like what's going on with your son right now is actually the projections of who you are. Bryn, are you with me?
Yeah, I was listening to you. Yeah.
Yes, because what comes through other people is just who we are inside.
Okay.
So I know that when kids grow up, yeah, they're going through a transformational phase of trying to figure themselves out. And our job, as we fully learn how to love and accept ourselves, is to love and accept that transformation that's taking place without putting any judgment on it.
So at the same time, how do you balance kind of having those certain rules also that to be respected, right? And making sure they are going on the right path?
So do you feel like you are going on the right path, Bryn? What is perhaps the right path which you think that he should be going on?
Well, in the sense of, not getting lost into the intricacies of the cyberspace with, different dangers for kids for a certain age where they cannot judge, what's right and what's wrong.
Yes. So do you resonate with the words your thoughts create your reality?
Yeah.
Yes. So when you are thinking of him not wanting to do something, this is exactly what he's going to be doing. Because see, the universe only responds to the vibration. And when you think these thoughts, I don't want him to go into cyber. There are bad things happening out there. How are you feeling in this moment?
Um, Anxious,
Not good, right?
fearful, right?
Yes. So you're at the lower vibrational states.
Right.
Now you are creating an atmosphere where more lower vibrational states are going to keep happening. Bad things are going to keep happening because it all started with your thoughts, and it progresses to actual physical things, to more negative thoughts. It's a downward spiral. So, Sibrin, we are the change. You are the change, not your son. You're here to transform yourself, to find ways to focus on things that are important for you, things that make you happy. Because as a result of that, you going towards your own happy, doing things that you love, showing your son what it's like to actually enjoy life, to be in your own power, to accept no matter what he says, just let him have it without projecting, without saying back what you think about it. You're demonstrating what it's like to be in your power, to be in your happy. Because see, people only learn by mimicking other people. They don't learn from words, they learn by mimicking. People observe the behavior of another, the feelings of another, and then they can replicate it.
That's true.
Yes. So we don't learn from words, only from feelings. That's it. So when you're focusing on yourself and your own happy, your son is going to be like, whoa, mom is doing something that makes her happy. Whoa, look at her face. She's joyous. Wow, I just said something rude to her and she was like, okay. Whoa, what's going on here? See, your job is to find what makes you happy and focus on that. Is to be that resonate frequency to higher vibrational states, because this will rub off on your son and it will heal him. Because when you learn to accept you and yourself, your own vibrational states, when you're feeling bad, when you're feeling good, you just sit with yourself instead of trying to prevent things from happening. You're elevating your own vibrational state, and then your son comes, he's inspired, and then he mimics you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's not about him, it's about you. We can't prevent from what's happening to other people, but we can create an atmosphere where the vibration is higher, more lifted, more elevated, that the chances are lower. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that will require a lot of self-discipline too.
Yes.
Because it's true. I haven't felt myself for a long time, and
Yes.
and just going into a spiral of anxiety and anger and
Yes.
a lot of emotions.
Yes. So why do you think you see that in your son? Because that's you're seeing. And then you try to push it away by saying, honey, I want you to be happier. I want you to change. I want you to not, I want these things to not happen to you, these bad things. But by you just saying that and coming from your vibrational state of fear, lack, and anger, you're giving him the fear, lack, and anger. So now your son is in fear, lack, and anger. Now neither one of you is in higher vibrational states. You're both down below. It takes time to realize this, but this is you, and you have come here to raise your vibrations up, to try to find something that makes you happy and do that. I think we lost her, but that's okay. I just want to continue this thought for all the people that are watching, for all the viewers outside of this Zoom. And then Neelam, you can ask a question if you'd like. So it is really just about us, our own vibration. And what comes out through other people is our self. It's our emotions. There's no one else to blame, but take responsibility. We're responsible. We take responsibility. We are able to respond to our situation and circumstances. Hopefully that was useful for everybody. I felt the shift. Hi, Neelam. Hi, Neelam, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, how's it going? How are you doing?
Good.
Would you like to ask a question?
No, I think everything is, just being answered through everyone else and just taking it all in.
Yes. Yeah, it's really a really difficult concept to realize. And I just had a conversation even with one of my roommates earlier, and she said, I can't believe he said that to me. And then I said, it's not him that was saying it to you. It was you saying it to yourself so you can learn from it.
Sorry, my computer died and
It's
I
okay.
had to restart it.
It's okay, Bryn. We're still here. We're just talking about the same thing. Yeah, I just having a conversation with one of my roommates about similar thing, about when people come to us and they say things to us and we take offense to it right away. We're being triggered. And at that
That's what
moment, yeah, go ahead,
I
Neelam.
guess I was asking you that last time, that how do you permanently not have oceans, like where the wave comes sometimes and it goes down? Like, how do you completely remove that reactiveness?
Yes, so I'm going to teach you something right now. And if you could find a place to sit down.
Because I know this concept. Everyone is you pushed out. I know that, but I just don't know how to stop it within me, so it never happens.
Yes. Let me teach you what you can do inside of yourself. So this is called actually bending energy. Have you guys ever heard of this concept? I can
I
unmute.
have not, no, I have not heard about it.
No? Neelam, have you heard about it?
Yes, I have.
Yes. So what bending energy is, and Steve Jobs talks about it in his books all the time, is actually taking that energy that's coming from someone else that is negative, yes, like a super ball of energy, and you feel it usually. Some people feel it in the chest, some people feel it in the stomach, but usually it's somewhere in that region that you feel that energy coming from someone else, like a bomb. Do you guys resonate with that?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
when somebody
yeah,
is thrown a collective energy towards you that is a lower vibrational state energy. Now, this energy could be coming from anywhere. This person that just did this to you, quote unquote, might have had a bad might have had I don't know, something happened to them throughout the day, throughout the week, previously, that has been that they've been holding on to inside. And now you said something, and all of a sudden they got triggered, and all of the crap that they had sitting inside because they didn't express themselves, somebody cut them off. I don't know, kids are being cruel at school. They don't get it. Like, they're just dumping that entire energy of the collective of all the crap that they have been holding on to onto you through this little interaction. Maybe they didn't do the dishes. I don't know, something very simple, very silly that you would never think somebody get upset over. But it's not about this current interaction. It's about a lot of things that have piled up inside that this either child or this other person hasn't expressed and hasn't gotten out of their body. So now they got triggered by something that you said, so they are throwing back at you this energetic bomb of all of the crap that they've been holding on to, and it could even be years and lifetimes of crap. So now you feel this and you're like, what the heck? All I did was ask to do the dishes, or all I did was something very simple, take out the trash, or all I did was, hey, can you change the channel, or can you turn off the music, or something very silly, right? And now you're like, what the heck? You're feeling that supercharged energy come into your body, and now your job is to transmute it, is to change it. Now you're feeling it somewhere. Let's say you feel it either in the chest or in your stomach, and you're feeling this bomb, like you've been hit with a ball into your body. Now, instead of projecting, instead of reacting, instead of opening your mouth and answering back, saying you're an asshole, or what's your problem, or doesn't even mean anything, or you know what I mean? Like, instead of reacting, you're being proactive because you're stopping yourself from speaking out. So instead of going out and projecting, you're going in and working on this so you can stop feeling that way sooner, faster next time around. So now, instead of going out, so you're not responding at this moment, right now, you're going in. And if you can't be in the presence of this person, walk away. This is for your own personal growth. You walk away and then you begin breathing, taking deeper breaths. You literally let that energy that they just dumped on you lose its power. It goes from that energetic ball of energy that you just received, that piece of crap that they've been carrying around, It goes from that to dispersing through your entire body. It loses its charge. It loses its power because you learn to breathe into it. And after you've done a couple of breaths and you've calmed down, then your heart rate is slowed down. Okay, now you can ask yourself, is this person doing their best? Am I taking this personally? Could it be that I'm being triggered by something that they said? Could it be that I'm not feeling good enough? Could it be coming from my own childhood when I felt like I wasn't good enough? But is this person doing their best? Yeah. Am I doing my best? Yeah. These are just opinions, right? This is all just energy. Oh, okay. So I've been triggered again, so I can work on myself to stop taking things personally. The reason why I'm taking this personally is I still haven't healed parts of myself where I feel like I'm not good enough. And it usually comes from childhood. But now instead of projecting this and giving back to this person that same energy that he had given to me, hence not learning from it, hence it's going to come back again and I'm going to be unhappy, I sat with myself. I use the power of my breath. I slow down my heart. I realize that the issue here is with me, not with this person, and that I can change the energy, transmute it. And now that I've realized that this person is doing his best, I'm doing my best. I'm just being triggered from the past, thinking I'm not good enough because of what they said, but I am good enough, right? I'm good enough. He's good enough. We both have our own stuff to work on. But now that I've worked on myself and I realized that this wasn't personal, now I come back and I talk to this person coming from this place of peace and harmony. Not from the place of where my energy was being rattled, projecting back the same kind of energy that he gave me, when it doesn't serve the purpose to either one of us, because neither one of us grows. Now I've taken the opportunity to go grow on myself, and now I come back and I speak from a place of peace. And I could be saying exactly the same thing, but the tone of my voice has changed. The feelings in my body have changed. So now the person I'm speaking with is going to be more receptive to hearing what I'm saying. And it's going to help them transmute, shift the energy in their body into a place of peace. Because I got there first. I got to being peaceful first. And then I took them there. Isn't this the reason why we are here, why we are alive? To find this place of peace and to project that on other people instead of giving them what they gave us? Isn't our purpose here to find this love inside of ourselves so we can experience peace, so we're not triggered, so we stop letting our mind take control of us in situations and be love always? Now, this takes time to practice, to master, and it takes one interaction at a time to soon enough realize at the moment that something happens and you're triggered, and straight away be able to see the child inside that person that's talking to you. Because when you can see the child inside of you, eventually, after lots of practice, and this is what I teach people through my coaching, after lots of practice of this, you can learn to see that child inside of you that gets triggered, that needs compassion, that needs love. And when you can see and feel the child inside of you, you can see and feel the child inside of another person. That everyone is always doing their best. And then no matter what happens, and no matter what somebody says to you, then you always know that they are doing their best. You can recognize where they're coming from, and you can always speak to them from a place of peace because it's not personal. Yeah. Did you guys find this useful?
Yeah, so how do you have that like conversation once you come at a place of peace, but the person continues ignoring and having this metal guard when it comes to you? I have like a couple people like that, and for some reason
So
I just
right
want
now,
to know why they're ignoring me so badly for all these years.
right now, your energy level is very, very low. You're not coming from a place of peace. A place of peace, you can feel that coming from someone's voice. It's a feeling of everything is going to be all right. It's okay. I accept you. Because when you accept yourself,
No, I don't try anymore. This was years ago where I did try, but they never did let me. They just kept telling me, I have all these things that are bad about me, and that's why they don't want to talk to me. And I was just like trying to tell them that, why don't we get into a vibration of having fun with each other again and continue that instead of focusing on what happened and why and this and all the negative and low vibrations. I did tell them that. I said, why don't we just focus on, that instead of
so
creating
so life is not about talking, it's about being.
I did. I started showing it.
Don't tell people, be it. Don't say let's
I
be
did. They didn't
happy.
trust it though.
Be
They
happy.
didn't trust
No,
it.
no,
So
no,
I
no,
said,
but it's not words. Ilam. It's not words.
no, I showed it through the action, but they didn't
What's
want to
what
see it. They
it's
said if
not
you
action.
choose.
It's not words and it's not action. It's a vibe. It comes from inside. What's coming through other people is you. You take responsibility for that. You will see when you transform yourself and doing your daily practices, different words are going to start coming through other people. You're going to be starting to think about something and you're going to watch someone else's lips say it. It's you. It takes strength to take responsibility because we want to point the finger and the blame on everyone else but ourselves. But this is ourselves that we're here to transform, ourselves to make happy, ourselves to make peaceful. And only when we do that to ourselves with our daily ritual, daily practice, our vision board, figuring out what makes us happy, all these things, that I teach in my coaching, only when we go to our own happy, transform ourselves, we see the world around us transform. It doesn't work the other way. It doesn't work for you are, or you feel good as a friend that you are loved and perfect the way that you are, or you feel good as a wife that you are loved and perfect the way that you are, and then you will see that love come through other people. It's not a universe where people have to prove to you that they deserve your love. It's not a universe that you have to prove to yourself that a certain number in your bank account is going to be making you happy. It's a universe where you learn how to believe in yourself, believe in yourself, transform your life, and you will see how the world around you transforms. How people are going to be nicer, how people are going to start saying the things that you are feeling already inside of you, but they're coming through their mouth. And then that you use as confirmation for your own evolution and your own personal growth. When it starts to come through other people, then you know you have done the work necessary to get to your own happy, to understand your own shadows, your own anger, your own fears. So go into these fears, go into your own anger, your own shadows. What are you angry about? And sit with it. Don't push it away. Don't say, I don't want to feel angry, because anger is being part human. Anger is part of being human. It's not ever going to disappear. Give attention to your own anger. Figure out what you're angry about. Give attention to your own grief. Figure out what you have grief about. what you feel shameful about, what you're afraid about, what your fears are, because these are all lower vibrational states. And until you can understand your own lower vibrational states, where they're coming from, sit with them, then when you are able to understand your own and elevate your own vibrations because you've sat with them already, then you can understand where other people are coming from. Because most people, over 95% of people in the world, live in lower vibrations, under 200 frequency. Because at level 200, you start to accept life, willing to accept that you are all the emotions in life. But until then, everyone is in fear, scarcity, lack, shame, anger, grief. You guys are powerful because you are here today on this call, because you value your own personal growth, because you want to elevate your own vibrations, because you want to live a better life. So you guys are like 75% there. Now you just need the tools on how to do that and make it part of your daily practice. So you begin to live love. You begin to live in peace. You don't say, let's go be peace. Let's go do something to elevate your vibration. You are being a being of elevated vibrations. And every word that you say, the feelings that you project is of peace and love and acceptance. I'm gonna open it up for questions if you guys are here. I'm gonna unmute everyone.
Yeah.
Bryn, does that resonate? Did any of this make sense? Do you have questions?
Yeah, it does resonate. I was, you know, how do you, I mean, we all have, obviously, we are marked by our experiences and how we grew up, right? And we
Yes.
all strive for the best. We try to improve and raise our energy level. But how do you escape that past? I mean, I know we all have to heal, we all need to forgive, accept, but at times, you know, you think you are there and then something else could pull you back, could drag you back.
Yes, good question. That's a really good question, Bryn. So, who do you think you learned how to be a parent from?
Well, yeah, obviously my parents, right? Which
Yes.
I always thought I don't want to repeat the same mistakes.
Yes. So, do you think your parents were conscious parents, that they loved you unconditionally? Do you think that they have done the work to love themselves unconditionally, so they showed you the same kind of love?
No, not at all.
Okay. So, and that's who you learned from, right? That's who you learned from. And how did you learn from them? By mimicking them, by mimicking their energy.
Right.
Yes. So this is what your job here to do is to awaken, to change your story, to realize right now that the story that you're playing of fear, scarcity, lack, afraid that this will happen to my son, is the same story that your parents played out on you. You are repeating the same cycle that your parents did because you're not conscious enough that you can change it.
So
To
that's
change
the
something,
question.
yeah, to change
How
something.
do you change it?
So to change something is to work with, obviously, a professional like myself or somebody that you resonate with, or to do this on your own. You figure out what your stories are. So you go back into childhood and you say, my mom. So let's say go with the mom first. What kind of things did she say to me when I was little? Were they words of encouragement? Did she always accept me for who I am? Did she encourage me to explore myself, to learn how to accept every part of me? Or did she tell me I need to be a certain way? And did my mom do her best? Yeah. So most of the time, our parents did not encourage us to be who we are. They didn't hold the space for us to grow up and find our gifts and talents, telling us that no matter what you do, you're going to be successful, you're going to be great. Our parents didn't do that to us. So it's our job to change the story from our childhood and write down, my mom has always inspired and encouraged me to express myself. She loved me the only way that she could. Like, first you realize what the story is. So for example, my past stories were about money doesn't grow on trees, no sex before marriage. I had all these stories that my mom has conditioned me, and I had to change all of these things in order to realize my abundance now, in order to realize my beautiful relationship. Because the story, it keeps replaying itself until you recognize what the story is. What's the story that's in your mind that's coming from your mom? A bunch of stories, actually. What's the stories that comes from your dad? What are the stories that come from your siblings? What are the stories you tell yourself about the way their relationship dynamic was, because that's the only one that you have known when you were little growing up? So you see all these stories, you write them down, and then you change them. And then you repeat a new story every day.
Right.
This is how you learn to believe in yourself. A person, when we are born, when we are little, we don't believe in ourselves. In order to believe in ourselves, it takes time. It takes people around us to say, yes, you can, yes, you can, yes, you can. And most parents are not conscious of that. They're unconscious. See, most people haven't gone down the transformation path. They just blame life and circumstances, and they never wake up to realize that they can change it. But it takes daily rituals, daily repetition. That's what I teach people. Those daily repetition to create a new story, to meditate, to realize what it is that you truly want out of life. Finding your own happy place, not focusing on your son, on your friends, but finding yourself, your own happy place. What do you really want to do? Do you want to cook and create abundance that way? Do you want to do art and create abundance that way? Do you want to teach and create abundance, financial abundance that way? Do you want to be a stay-at-home mom because maybe you don't need abundance? I don't know what your situation is, but maybe you want to do something for the world that is bigger than you. Maybe you overcome some struggles with your child so you can teach other moms how to do it. What is it that would make you happy to wake up every day and say, oh my gosh, I am doing what I love? Because when you do what you love and you walk down your path of transformation, you change your stories one interaction at a time. Because every time you're triggered is a chance for you to change your story. It's going to take one interaction at a time, and doing your daily rituals. Every single day, doing something to change this brain, this muscle, to understand it. It's like going to the gym. You want to get in great shape. You don't just go 1, 2, 3 times. You get into a routine. The same thing with our brain. It's a muscle. When you start changing it, it's going to be uncomfortable because you're changing it to a brand new story, which is in effect not real, but you're conditioning yourself to believing it. Hence, you're conditioning yourself to believing that you are unstoppable, that you are happy.
I see.
Yes, because see, our parents, they're just like little kids in grown-up bodies. So when they had us, they're just little kids with their own childhood wounds, and they pass them on to us, and we pass it on to our kids, unless we wake up and stop being the same way that our parents were and start living a new life, start doing new things every day. Daily rituals is like sitting down with ourselves and creating a new story of our life and repeating that new story every day and meditating and drinking lots of water, just like getting in tune with ourselves, not with the world around us, but ourselves every day, taking this time, 30 minutes, just only 30 minutes at the beginning of every day for ourselves. With these daily rituals, we're sitting down, we're changing the story to believe in ourselves, to find what truly makes us happy, and continue to do that every day. When we find what makes us happy, whatever career it is, then we start to become happier and happier every day. And when we are happy, the people around us feel it. It inspires them. So now we don't have to say words to our son, our friends, our daughter, our significant other. They can see and feel that resonance. It elevates them. It starts making them act differently. They become happier as a result of us being happy. The people around us become happier. And now they are less likely to get into trouble, to do things that are lower vibrational states, because they are elevating at higher vibrational states because we have done the work. And we hold the space for them to transform, because what will happen to them will happen to them. What we can control is ourselves and our own state and how we feel, and holding that space for what happens to other people without trying to control. Just controlling our own vibration, our own mind, going to a peaceful place, doing our own daily ritual, finding our own happy. Are you doing daily rituals, Bren?
No, I am not. Yeah, and that's what I need to do.
Yeah. It's at the beginning of every day. If you focus, create rituals for yourself, whether it's meditation, you can do guided or not, visualization, what do I really want? And I look at a vision board and I have rituals. That's what I teach, is that path to success. It takes time. But you can create your vision board, And I'm going to send you actually a copy of the template of the vision board absolutely free after this via email. And you can use that. And in the middle, it says, my vision is. Come up with something that makes you happy. Around the vision, there's the 7 F's, because every avenue in our finances is directly connected to the relationship with our friends, with our family, with our sense of freedom and our fun and our feelings. Everything is connected. So I share this with you. You're welcome to do this. And then meditate every day. Look at your vision, create your vision, and then walk toward it. Change the stories. I know this is a lot, and you can read about a bunch of stuff that I do on my website, Dasha.love, and schedule a consultation with me if you are feeling resonance and you want to transform now. But I only work with people that are ready and make 100% full commitment for their transformation. So not 1 foot in, 1 foot out, only people that are ready to do this work every day, because it's not easy to change your life. But people that are ready, they say enough is enough, and they jump. And they do the work, and then before you know it, a couple months go by, and they wake up and they're like, wow, it's worth it. Really worth it.
So I have a question. So how do you get, like, how do you make sense of this? Like, you know, when someone comes to your thought and somehow they contact you or something comes up and they somehow, you know, because the thought creates the person or the energy and they now are contacting you. You're like, oh, I wonder how that person is, or anything like that. But then you do it with some people, and for some reason it's like you're not ignoring yourself, but they continue ignoring you and they never contact you. It's been 10 years, 20 years, and you wonder about them. You're like, oh, I wonder how they are. It's just a quick thought again, like, oh, I wonder, it'd be nice to hear from them, this and that. And they never do that. There's like this metal wall with certain people, and that law of attraction doesn't work with them, where they come across your mind and they contact you.
They're not in, you guys are not in vibrational alignment. Just because you think of something, it doesn't mean that you are a vibrational alignment to it.
What does it mean?
So your vibrational state, your feelings right now, how you feel about yourself, about life, about your past, is a magnet to all the things that happen around you. When you think of something, it will come to you only if you are at the same state as what you thought about. So for example, if a person that you're thinking about is at a very high vibrational state where they're extremely happy at the moment, like they're manifesting their dream, let's say they have a company, and you are in resonance of, oh my God, I can't believe my ex, he fucking did this to me. So excuse my language. I'm so pissed. Right now, you're at lower vibrational states, and this person is at higher vibrational states. No matter how much you think of that person, because of your vibrational state, they are not reachable to you. Either they have to come down to you to be in resonance, or you have to go up to them, and then they will call you.
But everyone is just you pushed out.
Right? But you're saying some people you think about and they don't come to you. You're not the reflections right now. You're not in alignment. You're not at their energy field. Everything that comes into your realm of possibilities is you and your energy field. When you don't like something, it's you not liking you. When it doesn't come and you want it to come, you haven't aligned yourself with it. It's the same with making money. When you align yourself with the feeling of $100,000 every single day, and you're learning to do the things that you love and how to let go of all the things that don't serve you, and you're walking toward that goal by starting to do more and more of the things that you love, the things that you love, the things that you love, and really focused on it, and letting go of all the stories of your parents telling you, oh, you can't make money this way, oh, you can't do this because you're not good enough, oh, you don't have a certificate. So you change those stories every day, and before you know it, you have your 100K, because you're doing something you love, and you have changed the stories in your head from your past, from your parents saying, oh, you're not good enough at this, or your friends telling you, oh, you can't make money doing this. So everything is about us letting go of these stories that are holding us away from our manifestation. Whether it is money, whether it is love, it's all the same thing. All the stories are the ones that hold us away from it. And that's why we do the daily rituals, is to let go of these stories that are holding us away from taking what's ours. And what's ours is whatever we feel like we want. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah. Go ahead, Bryn, you've been unmuted.
Yeah, it makes sense. To me, it makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes. So step one is figure out what you want. And start asking yourself, and you're welcome to come back on the show, because I'm going to be live again until June 1st, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 3:33. Or you can schedule a call with me if you're interested in one-on-one coaching. But if you're going to continue to come on the show, I want you to start asking yourself, what is it that makes me happy? What do I truly want?
The problem for me, what I find is that since going through menopause, I find myself complacent and difficult to raise myself at being happy. It's just, I feel like I'm in a permanent depression.
Okay. And it's very, very normal. Very, very, very normal. I work with a few women who are in menopause, in their 50s, and they're experiencing the same thing. And it's a state of being which lasts for a little while, but it passes. If you talk to women that have been through it, you will see that it does pass. It takes a little bit of time. And it's, again, the same exact thing. You're not trying to get from one vibrational state to happy. You're trying to find a thought that could make you feel a little bit better at a time. It's one thought at a time. It's part of my daily rituals is gratitude. Are you writing down things that you're grateful for in the beginning of every morning?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. So this is something that you get out of slowly. It's not permanent, although it does feel permanent at the moment, but it's something that you get out of slowly as a result of adopting new practices that help you slowly elevate your vibration. You can't switch from lower to being happy. It's too distant. From lower vibrational states, you have to get through willingness and acceptance and reason. There are states, there are levels of feelings that you have to get through in order to get to love, peace, and joy, which is at the highest. You can't skip from depression, from fear and anger to get to love and happy. You first have to get through the stages, through accepting your anger, understanding where you're coming from, accepting your past, accepting that everything that's happening to you is a projection of who you are, and everyone has come here to help you figure out yourself. You have to be willing. So you're going through the stages, willing to hear other people's point of view, willing to accept this world of energy, to accept others. Like, there's so many stages in between. Everybody just wants to get to happy, but there's so many steps in between, and that takes time. This is why the daily rituals, finding out what makes you happy, and then just one more thought that aligns you with your happy every day. And slowly, thoughts, just like they can spiral down, they can also spiral up. When you get excited about something, let's say right now, Bryn, I'm throwing an example. Let's say right now you enjoy art. That is the one thing that makes you feel good right now. Can you make a little bit time in the day, maybe 20, 30 minutes, not that much, to focus on this art, to get yourself out of the state where you are and completely let this art take you? Or cooking, I don't know what you like. But focus on this one thing fully, being present, enjoying that one thing. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. And there's a lot more that's happening right now that I'm transmuting to you guys right now. A lot of peace, love, and joy. The energy does not lie. So it's way beyond the words. And I love you and accept you. And I'm grateful that you guys are here for yourself. Take that energy that I'm giving to you and do the daily rituals, daily practice. Transform yourself, and then you can see how the world around you changes. I love you guys so much. I have to wrap up the session for today. You guys are welcome to come back next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3:30. If you find this useful, you guys are welcome to leave me a review on Facebook if you'd like. And check out my website, Dasha.love.
Thank you.
I love you guys. May you go in peace, love, and harmony. And you are perfect just the way that you are. Whatever state you're at, there's nothing to change about you. You are a collective. You're one consciousness, one love. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.